import stamps.
Gareth and I were in Lithuania when it dropped, and it was crazy. Like, we were there for that whatchamacallit event.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
forget who
ESG.
it was. We were casting China from Lithuania,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was so cool. Like, people were just out everywhere. Everyone was playing Pokemon Go. It was like the first day, and it was wild. There was just like hundreds of people. There was this giant square that's only used for like festivals, and it was just filled with people playing Pokemon Go. It was so cool.
I mean, it was exactly like that in America.
Yeah.
You would just go outside. We were talking to our neighbors that we'd never met before. They're just like, "You play Pokemon? Yeah, dude."
Nice.
You see some kids come running out of the forest, and they're just like, "Guys, there's a Scyther in there," and everyone else goes, "Oh my God, get the Scyther!" I felt
It brought people together.
I felt young again.
We got a draft though. We got a nice singer,
Dude,
and
I
then the
thought
draft.
Pokemon Go was literally gonna be, like the whole gym thing, where you like sit there and you just mash your screen till like your fingers fall off and you like claim a gym or whatever from someone.
Yeah.
I thought it'd just be like, if there's some dude in the park, we could, sit there and like fight each other,
Battle.
like an actual Pokemon.
Like
game.
Pokemon, like a real
Yeah.
Pokemon battle.
I'd still play if you could do that.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're trying to do with the next one, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, that would
Why
be
didn't
huge.
they just do it with the first one, though? They did it with the Game Boy games
I don't know.
25 years ago. It's not like it's a revolutionary idea.
Dude, if they did that, they'd still have like a ridiculous user base.
I'd
I
still
mean, they
play
actually
it.
do.
That's the thing. Like, I just wanted to be
Yeah.
competitive. I want to make other people feel the pain.
Oh,
Wow.
I
Man.
hear a crackling.
You
from
hear
you guys.
a crackling
Oh,
in
it's
us?
gone. Did anyone else hear that?
I did.
I brought
Okay.
the pain, dude. That was
It's
me.
gone.
I
It's all right.
electrified the microphones.
All right, perfect.
We
Don't
did
worry
it.
about it.
And the clean feed for the draft is so much better. It's a little delayed. I think maybe like half a second or something.
Dude, it looks great.
It looks really. They've got a nice overlay, and they've also got a camera shot, which is good.
Dude, I'm happy to see more land coverage.
It's really
That's
bright.
exceptionally bright. But that's cool. I'm into it. Enthusiasm. Go team.
They tried something with that camera shot. It didn't work out. You got to admire them for it.
I mean, Gretzky and shit. You got to take those shots. But yeah, I was a little nervous about. It was a GSC Thailand. I heard like some people say, I don't know what the Dota scene is like in Thailand, but apparently that venue was pretty filled up. Like they had a lot of fans that turned.
Yeah.
I think Thailand
Yeah, it
is
was packed.
not a bad spot to do it.
They haven't showed any crowd shots today. I noticed that the first day they had all these kids wearing this yellow shirt in the audience, and then an hour later, after the first game, there was nobody in the audience, or there were few compared to how many people were in there for the first opening shot. So I'm pretty sure what you said yesterday was right, Brax, where they just had, or somebody said it, where they just had the kids of the people that work there in the crowd. But now it looks pretty good. So
I don't understand. What did the yellow shirts have? You mean they're like staff shirts?
Yes, I think so.
Oh.
Or it was a field trip.
It was like
Dude, it was totally a field trip.
Or that.
Yeah, or it was a field trip. You negative Nancy's.
Sorry, guys.
Dude, it looked like Galaxy Battles, but
must
everyone
be.
have like a
It must be a
staff shirts
conspiracy.
on.
They're filling the seats with all their grandchildren and giving them matching shirts.
I didn't bring this thought process up. This was Brax, all right? I actually was the one that said it was a field trip
Oh,
first.
you're crackling
earlier.
again. What are you guys doing?
I'm not doing anything.
Am
Are
I
we still crackling?
I don't know. Why
You
would
guys
we-
are randomly
Is
crackling.
it
I don't know what
me
you're
or is it
doing.
Andrew or is it both of us?
Well, you're only one. Like, it's like there's a static feed coming through your feed.
All right, let me
Now
try.
it's gone again. I'll tell you, just don't touch anything.
All right. Well,
It's fine.
I mean, you're gonna have to talk eventually. So
Well,
we figured out the
issue.
issue, I believe, but it's a double-edged sword, if you will. Let's see if it comes back. Did it
Hey
come back?
guys, is the static better?
It's not happening now.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yes.
might have been my electric body.
They didn't go for the Naga.
No.
They looked for the clockwork instead.
I
Yeah.
think
Kind of
Clockwork's just a little more versatile. Does anyone disagree with me on that?
I don't know. Having song like
Well,
So-
that's what you get. And look at that instant man.
gets taken out immediately.
Yeah.
See ya.
That hurts because normally I'm pretty sure EVOS would just pick the Naga 9 out of 10 times and not even think about it.
Yeah.
And it's also like a perfect Mirana pairing too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Snare Arrow is a classic. And then you have
No,
Force
I-
Keen to pick Legion Commander like they did yesterday because, it's press the attack, it's so good. And then you
Dude, that's
realize
how you
Legion's
beat
an
Keen.
awful hero.
That's how you beat Keen right there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
bait, you know,
Mott's
you
on to
make-
something.
You make Dark think, wow, it's a really good Legion Commander game here, guys.
That's it. We figured it out. Oh, man. I will be happy if I never see another Legion game like
I mean,
that.
which event was it? Somebody did an interview with one of the players, I think it was the Super Major. They're just like, talk to us about that LC. Oh no, that was Wraith King. I'm sorry. Like, tell us about that Wraith King thing. They're like,
Yeah,
well,
Ramses.
you know the game's pretty much in a bad state when you feel like picking Wraith King is your best bet. So we weren't feeling very confident going into that one. I think it was Solo, actually.
Yeah, Solo said it
it
about
was.
Ramses Wraith King. He's just like, this was a mistake.
Yeah, I was
Ramses
confusing it
keeps
with
wanting
LC.
to play a hero, and I say it's not good.
Not good. LC is similar in that regard.
Yeah, she's pretty one-dimensional. There's just something about so predictable. From a pro perspective, you know the timings, you know the rotations, and if she doesn't get any dual damage early on, she just ends up being like, he's standing there, get him, and that's it. That's all she does. Like,
See
she doesn't do any
yesterday's
damage.
game for an example of that. If you want to,
You get all this hype music when the duel comes out.
Do,
And then they're sitting there duking it out. Elsie dies within like 2 seconds of dueling someone like almost every single time.
All right, now if there was a like a new Immortal or something that turned it into like electronica music, would you guys play Legion Commander? Would that be
No.
enough?
Yes.
And there's like a rave light going on. There's some like a laser show. That sounds pretty.
If she's
awesome.
dancing like a rave while fighting, then yes.
I mean, so I would, but I also want to clarify. I think LC in pubs, especially if you're, like below 5K or so, she's pretty fun. She's a pretty good pub stomping hero. She is a pretty solid laner. You can save your teammates, which is great in solo queue. So I don't mind playing LC a little bit if the game feels right. But on the pro scene, I'm pretty.
Yeah, I'm
LC.
out.
So
I'm
I've got a
out.
love-hate
I'm
thing
out.
going on.
I agree.
Going on there.
I know Bulldog really hates LC. He loves to trash talk her every time he's on panel. He just goes, "They lost," every time they pick LC, and he's usually right.
He is right. When was the last time there was a big LC meta that she just won all the games?
An LC meta.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Never.
Has it
That's-
ever happened?
No. That
2025, sometime in the future. We just haven't gotten there yet.
I remember
20XX
she was
Legion
pitched.
Commander.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I love how you said it's like, we had the troll sniper meta. We've had a couple invoker metas. It's like, man, that LC meta. Jesus Christ. I
Every-
was getting dueled left and right. I couldn't handle it.
Every hero is a meta. I swear I remember LC being picked up regularly at some point. maybe not. I'm trying to give LC the benefit of the doubt, but maybe I shouldn't be trying that.
But here's a nice, a good hero in terms of Elder Titan, right?
Yeah.
He's got the Stomp, nice AoE, some Earth Splitter, classic pairing with the Chrono, a nice bully hero for the laning stage. But gonna have to deal with the Jakiro, also pairs
And
nicely with
he's like hated by Clockwork too, or he hates Clockwork. Like that's like the big ET counter pick.
Yeah.
So that doesn't feel that great if I'm ET this game.
Confidence, right? Picking it into the Clockwork.
Sure.
Team pick.
We
Oh
can go now.
God!
Oh,
Oh God!
Dude,
Oh, no.
now he got banned last game, right? Or maybe it wasn't last game, but I know he got banned earlier when we've been casting because there was all these big Wombo combo abilities, right? Here it is again. The Wombo combo. Wraithking's gonna survive, and then he'll die again, but he's gonna survive. And just you guys wait. Wraithking's gonna
Great.
do it.
The rest of his
I'm
team will
all
die.
in on EVOS. I do not need to see the last 3 picks. I need the one true king to win. This guy's gonna have the new Immortal. The skeletons are gonna look good. He's gonna be dancing with the taunt. It's over.
I mean, we could have written a better story if we had tried. The confused Wraith King with LC, and now we're actually seeing the Wraith King.
Oh my God!
And they just go right into PL.
Oh,
So-
no.
Even at here's
It's over.
they just chrono the Wraith King and they don't even touch him. They kill everybody else and then they burn Wraith King's mana with the
Yeah.
frickin' diffusal and then
Yeah.
you're just dead and you're like, why did I pick this hero? This was
So,
trash.
There is a late game power spike where Wraith King doesn't need mana and he's okay against the PL, but getting there is so scary. And even once you get there, you still got the Chronosphere to lock you in place. Okay, Brax, is there any fifth pick that can save this?
Dude, I feel like they've already gotten to this point where they're just like, what do we pick now? You know what's funny is I don't remember which team it was. It might have been Taskus Titans, but they picked a lot of Wraith King. And then they picked it into a series where there was a Wraith King in every single game. And then the next series they played, the enemy team just banned Wraith King in the first phase against them both games. I don't remember which team it was. I think it was I think Mott, you were there. And you were there for sure.
Yeah.
But you probably don't remember either because there's been a lot of games.
I'm trying to.
So Wraith King, one thing that is good for this EVOS draft is their lanes are really strong. Like Jakiro, Clockwork, very annoying in those levels. Wraith King is also really good in like the pre-level 6 laning phase. Stun is pretty irritating. Has the tapering slow.
Yeah. I knew they were gonna ban Ember, even though they had Void. I feel like Ember was like one of the only solutions left. And then the Dragonite has been a pretty go-to counter versus the ET, which would have been okay for them if they wanted to play a little bit faster. So this looks pretty rough.
Yeah, I would say. I have no idea what
love-
pick comes out here.
I love the way Keen set this all up too with the early Faceless Void, because every single game PL's been like picked really early or banned in the second phase, but they show the Faceless Void early, which kind of stops EVOS from really banning position ones. They banned offlaners, right? They banned away the Brewmaster and the Batrider, and then by shifting over this Faceless Void now, you're able to grab this PL who's essentially protected because Void's one of the better counters we've had recently to actually killing PL. So very well set up here from Keen.
A Shadow Fiend pick? Got the clockwork?
Man, they have the clock.
Timbersaw.
Hey, that's not bad.
You know,
PL, DK.
It is
ET.
melee heavy. This is a great Timber game. How about Magnus? That'll help that Wraith King farm something fierce.
Oh, God. I don't know, man.
Fierce.
Fierce.
You're fierce.
You RP
Fierce,
all
Larry.
4 of the melee heroes, and you cleave them with the Wraith King. You get an Echo Saber. What do you think, Brad?
That was the Faceless strat, right? Wraith King Magnus.
Yeah,
Team
it was,
Faceless.
huh?
Yeah, well, we
Wraith
all
King
know
just
how
front
long
line.
that team lasted.
Great team. One of the best of all time, actually.
Hey, if there's one thing they were good at, it was local lands. So you watch your tone.
They would have
they
crushed it
would
here at
destroy.
MPGL. They would
That
have.
is true.
They would have been on another level here at MPGL.
All
Do you
right.
guys
Okay,
know what
all right.
Keen Gaming is a reference to? Like, what is Keen? Is that referring to the
Dude, it just
The
means,
race?
like happy-go-lucky, like feeling keen. I'm
Feeling keen.
on
Yeah,
it.
I think
Oh.
it's.
Hey,
it's-
babe, you want to get some beers? Hell yeah, I'm keen on that.
I thought
Guys,
they were talking about the race in Dota 2, like, Clockwork, Timbersaw, Tinker.
There's
true.
no way it was that.
We've been on the lore. Alphabeat 123 in the chat, guys. He's bringing up the point of what has been good in this tournament, and by not good I mean terrible. The Tinker 5th pick,
Tinker.
trying to survive.
God, no.
Please
Do not
Here
pick
it
the
is.
Tinker. Oh!
Brax, you
Brax.
sniped it.
Sniping it. Brax, you're so good.
Okay,
got
this
lucky.
is an incredible Timber game. Honestly, it is. It is
It's your
good.
boy Facehugger.
EVOS Facehugger.
Not just once, twice.
He's passionate.
You can get out the root too, right? With Timber Chain from now that all these root changes, that still works, I believe. For the Bramble. So that's kind of nice.
All jokes aside, I think this EVOS draft has some merit, but I still think Keen, based on game 1, is going to be able to control this one. They probably won't run over the lanes like they did in the first game, but they just have such a solid draft. The execution is relatively easy as long as they can play around this and find enough farm. They are a little greedy. That is one thing that their draft might suffer from. They went greed mode. They picked heroes that all want a lot of farm.
Oh boy, we got this shit.
I don't know, man. This Dark Willow is terrifying. Oh, he has the taunt. All right, I'm going for Wraith King. I'm all in on EVOS.
Sold.
I'm done. He's got the Immortal. He's got the taunts. Please, EVOS. I just want to see dancing skeletons.
All right, well.
Don't worry, we're about to finish loading.
Yeah, I'm going to wait a second, and then if it doesn't work, I'm going to... Oh.
Keen might actually be able to play Dota this game. They probably aren't going to have a 4,000 gold deficit at 5 minutes.
You mean EVOS? Keen
Oh,
played
yeah, sorry,
Dota. They
EVOS.
played Dota real
Keen
hard
played
last
a lot-
game.
They did. They played real hard.
I wonder, like, are they going to get... This is just... I feel weird about... I think the 5th pick was about as good of a 5th pick as they could have gotten, all things considered, but... Yeah, I don't know. We're going to find out. We'll jump into the game. This is our second game of this best of 3, and if game 1 was any indication on how this series is going to go, game 2 is not going to be much better for EVOS Esports. Now, and
I want to play Wraith King now. This taunt is so cool.
I haven't seen... I think I've seen it before, but I'm trying to watch a battle here, Brax.
Now remember, when he has the skeletons, they also dance.
Are you kidding?
I think the Enigma, or maybe that's the Eidolons. One of them
it's
do.
Wraith King. It's
The,
Wraith
idol,
King.
the Enigma taunt is so funny, by the way. I saw it like last game and yesterday. It's actually amazing. The best thing ever. Logic, you got to be taunting, buddy. Come on now. All right, they're not gonna. No taunt for me. I'm sad. Although the Void's got it unlocked, so that's good.
Void's timer's going off. Ding.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. What if you? That's what you call it. Like, it's
Dude, he's
so
making
weird.
hard-boiled eggs.
I was thinking about that too. The hard-boiled egg thing. Now there's actually a Phoenix taunt that has an egg in it. Have you seen the Phoenix taunt?
Yeah, and there's synergy between the two heroes. That must be it.
That must be it. They've expanded their lore in the taunt section. That's like the Venge and the Skywrath taunt. It's more lore used from Arrested Development. So Valve knows what they're doing.
You're right.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Arrested Development, Brax? Are you into that show?
I've seen like 6 episodes.
Dude, that is one of the funniest shows. The first 3 seasons are some of the funniest TV I've ever seen. In all honesty, I would recommend you watch them.
Nice. Will do.
Okay. Great. Now let's talk about the game. It's
Well, let's start with the lanes here, right? It looks like EVOS actually have a decent lane setup. Like Mirana versus PL is actually pretty decent. PL can dodge the Star Storm with the Doppelganger, but what you can do is Mirana, you can fake it out. And then if you ever happen to bait the Doppel out from PL, he gets completely destroyed.
yeah.
And they actually have kill potential, so it looks good. Mid lane, you have Timber against Clockwork or Dragon Knight. I don't know what happened to Timber's stock because he has no health. Usually this hero sits at full health and has more CS, but that's not the case yet. He's working on it. He's building up.
I didn't see what happened either. I'm wondering if he like went and got like 5 tower hits when he had like level 1 reactive armor or something. That's the only way because Breathe Fire's not going to do that much damage to you. You're not going to auto attack him as the DK. It's literally the only way that happens, I think. Meanwhile, I think the Wraith King might be dead. I believe. Yes. I'm almost positive. They get the kill to the creeps instead of them getting it, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know, whatever. It's not the worst thing.
DK is destroying mid lane against Timbersaw.
I feel like that shouldn't happen, right?
That's definitely not supposed to happen.
I mean, does this lane will, I guess, get easier for the Timber as well, but like, it's also going to get easier for the DK when he gets a Soul Ring, and then he just spams Breathe Fire, and then this Facehugger guy just, I don't know. Now he's starting to bully the DK back a little bit, but the Soul Ring is already there, so I'm a bit concerned for this Timbersaw with how the start has gone, but he's doing better now. He's up to 10 at least, so there's that.
Yeah, the thing is, DK is never going to kill Timbersaw, and Timbersaw can kill DK when you hit 6, but DK probably has a bit more CS than he should have, which, you know, could help him survive early on. What about this Wraith King lot? What's this man do?
No, I don't even know what items you build this game. I don't know how this game is easy for you. I feel like you're just going to be like a blink stun, and then your real damage comes from the Mirana and the Timbersaw this game. I'm almost positive you just try to get a blink early on into the game. Okay. That's what you do in this game.
That frontline initiation?
I think so. I mean, I think that's the way. I don't know. You can say what you think, but that's where I'm headed.
I think it's good. He's definitely the right hero to start these fights because you don't want to use Chronosphere on this hero. You don't want to commit super hard for him. So, yeah, could definitely see that.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, even that I don't feel great about, though, in all honesty. I think, yeah, I don't know. And it's not like, you know, and also you're giving the PL free farm bottom as well, you know. This is supposed to be a good matchup, the Mirana versus the PL, but now she has to back up to go home. They've rotated the Clockwork mid. He had a DD and he was looking for a kill, but like DK was far up in the lane, he couldn't go for it. So they're essentially giving this Phantom Lancer free farm. And of all the heroes in Dota right now, I don't think PL is one that you want to give it to, especially if you get experience as well. You get to level 25. Meanwhile, I miss a kill. Great. Excellent. But you know what I'm saying.
Yep, I know exactly what you're saying. You know, we were talking about hopefully EVOS won't be at a 4K gold deficit. They're at a 2K, so they've, you know, brought it back 50%. Not too bad.
They've improved over the last game.
They have.
They haven't gotten quite hit by the car yet, so.
Yep, that's true. They've only lost like a leg.
They're on the ground screaming, but they're not dead yet. Shadow Realm onto Avil, it does so much damage. They will start putting a little bit of pressure on the Phantom Lancer, but he still has 2 tangos left, plus 4 stick charges. And DK is doing great. The Void is a little behind the Wraith King, but they've killed him twice. I don't think he's concerned about not getting farm. This is like your typical offlane Void, treads.
Dude, look at this Void's build. He has 2 points in time dilation.
What is wow, that's actually kind of surprising, but it stops the spam from Whitemon. It also makes it so illogic. Like, he can't... Look at the cooldown on Wraith Fire Blast now. It was 17 seconds. And Whitemon's just dead too because his cooldown is also up on the Liquid Fire and the Dual Breath, and he just gets chased down. The slow is actually pretty good too. I like this a lot in this kind of lane with Elder Titan.
That's very, very interesting. It's definitely not something you see very often, but I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. It lasts 8 seconds. It's a long time for these heroes, especially with Elder Titan's huge damage from the Astral Spirit to just sit there and beat down on these heroes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Mirana lane's not going so well because the Clockwork ended up leaving the lane for so long, trying to camp mid with the double damage to make something happen there. She just got harassed out of lane.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I would think that was a mistake. I know what you're trying to do, but trying to do that to a DK, even with Clock Timber, before they're 6, is maybe not the best idea. I don't know if they would have killed him even with the Clockwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the DK was just sitting on full health, so they couldn't even make the play happen to begin with. But DK making rotation up top, he has level 6, so this is a pretty fast rotation.
Yeah, I'm surprised this is coming out now. I think they'll still get something done with it anyway, but it just seems interesting that they do make the rotation. Still, it's going to be a nice kill for them. He will drop the skeletons. Dark needs to be a little careful. He's only got level 1 Time Walk. They have another Breathe Fire in 5 seconds. They get off the root. He actually walks into the Bramble Maze, unfortunately. Dark's going to try to deal with the skeletons. Meanwhile, they get off another Cursed Crown. There's the Dragon Tail coming in. They have 4 stick charges if he wants to use it, and he will to get off the Breathe Fire. Double kill does come out for the Dragon Knight, so a nice rotation, and that gets him some extra CS, or excuse me, net worth. Although Facehugger will still get some more. Oh my god, that courier almost died. Ooh. You gonna kill this Elder Titan?
It's a lot of damage.
Oh my god, he had a regen rune too, and he just dove the tower and killed him. Easy kill.
Yeah, very nice. DK's
He's still up here. He still has his he still has his Elder Dragon form for like 5 seconds. He's gonna get another. This Wraith King pick. Oh my god, this is miserable for him.
Not looking like the one true king this game.
No, not at all.
Looking faker than Snake King. King of the Snakes, an imaginary race.
Hashtag the king. Making quite the guy. So yeah, I mean, he is certainly not having a good game for this Wraith King. It's still a 2K lead. It's not quite that same shellacking that we saw in the last game. You have to understand that while this is all happening, this is a free farm PL. The trade-off is now that the net worth is led by the Timbersaw, surprisingly enough, because he did get a lot of experience and gold in the mid lane from CSing and killing this Elder Titan. So that is some good news for EVOS, but this Timber is going to have a big impact in this game. And I think he will, because he's going to find another kill into the Elder Titan here. And he actually, that's a nice pickup there.
Ends up popping the regen rune through. I think it just timed out.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Used. Yeah.
But yeah, Timbersaw. All right, DK. He's still top. Oh, Jesus.
DK has been up here for like 2 minutes. He's killed people. He's killed 4 heroes, 2 heroes twice, and he is still behind this Timbersaw.
He came here and ulted, and now his ult's back up again. He's been up here for more than 2 minutes now. He's just here to sit and siege the tower while EP holds mid.
Maybe he just doesn't want to play up against Facehugger now that Timbersaw has higher levels and he's Chakram to work with. That must be it, right?
Yeah, if he sat mid, he wouldn't accomplish anything against this Timbersaw. Timbersaw has reached this point where nobody can mess with him. He's going to sit here, hit the tower. He can even tank the tower forever and lose no HP and just push out whoever comes mid lane, hit this tower over and over. So I think it's a very nice play.
Yeah, it's good. And in the meantime, the Elder Titan finds experience. Yeah, he died twice, but he's still keeping his tier 1 tower alive mid. In the meantime, they will Moonlight Shadow. A Logic has been spotted. They will also try to go again onto this Elder Titan. Chakram goes out. They have the battery assault. They can't catch him, and this time he'll survive back into the enemy jungle. First Crown's going to come in. The Moonlight Shadow's about to drop, and they know it. They're just trying to stay right around him. Wraithfire Blast comes in. They have a skeleton. First hit bash coming in from Dark. Dragon Tail comes out. Breathe Fire is up. He does have enough mana to use it after he stick charges. They TP in this Timber. This could be big, but there's the Chrono. Just run, says Keen Gaming. Let's get the hell out of here. They don't TP, not yet, but they do force that rotation. That is a Chrono used for it, but still another kill on this Wraith King, who is having a miserable experience in this game.
Yeah, he doesn't like his life too much, but luckily for him, he can come back to life. Maybe he'll like the second life a bit more, but he's rolling around with just a helmet and no boots mod. Still working to get those boots of speed online, but he has level 6, and he's going for a farm-oriented build with the max critical strike, so he can build up the skeletons faster. Maybe that'll help him get back in the game.
I mean, remember what I said about him being a blink stun?
Yep.
That's not happening, so I feel even worse about the Wraith King now. Arrow Sails, it does hit the Elder Titan. It somehow missed the PL, which I think they would have liked to have more. Elder Titan's still alive for now. Here comes the Wraithfire Blast. Doppelganger comes out. Looks like the PL's going to run. They will secure the kill on the Elder Titan. Can the PL get out is the question. He's being chased by some skeletons. He blocked himself with his own illusions, but he's fine anyway. Nice rotations, and finally the Wraith King gets involved in a kill that does not have him die at the beginning of it. So,
well, Keen Gaming, they net 4 bounty runes. It's a 5,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. You know, with Dark Willows level 6, I think they can actually kill Timbersaw.
yeah.
Like, even through the hood, it does that much damage.
Yeah. And I have another thing I'm worried about for this Timber, too. Like, he's owning now, and he might be able to carry this game for them, theoretically. But once the PL gets Diffusal, doesn't he just, like, lose all of his mana and then he dies? Like, how does he survive? Not only that, but just all the other stuff flying around in this game for Keen Gaming.
Yeah. Even if he doesn't die, he's just going to sit there with no mana and essentially be useless. So
Yeah.
that's just as good, if not better, than killing him because he just sits there waddling around doing nothing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's not easy at all.
They're going to find Tuku. He gets off the hook shot, which was nice, but he's dead anyway. I don't even know if they needed the Bedlam. It's a pretty short cooldown, though, so I guess it doesn't matter. It's only like 30 seconds, so...
Yep. It's one of those ults you just use every time. There's like no downtime for that ability.
Well, they'll finally take a tier 1 tower on bottom, though. I mean, I guess he's just becoming a pushing Wraith King. It's a pretty short cooldown. It's 50 seconds for the Mortal Strike, so you just keep popping the skeletons up as much as possible. You just try to take buildings. The skeletons are pretty good now, so I'm not 100% opposed to it, but that's really all that he's going to be doing is just pushing, I feel like.
They do a lot of damage to creeps, but they're not too intelligent, right? They just run around, start attacking random things. It makes no sense.
It's like you want them to attack a building, and instead they just farm the jungle, and you're like, what are you doing? Why?
Those things have a mind of their own.
Yeah, they definitely do.
But yeah, that's going to be some way he could actually farm, but still, there's so much control on the side of King Gaming. You have Chronosphere, you have all the Dark Willow spells, ET as well. Like, these heroes combo off each other. And you have these really easy setup stuns with, like, the DK.
Una? This is going to be a Chronosphere. Maybe. They're not. They mistimed it. Dark thought about using the Chrono, and then they said, oh, no, let's not do that. Una dies anyway. Wraith King is level 8, so he has the Wraith, or excuse me, the Reincarnation. That was some miscommunication. I thought they could have taken that fight. Instead, they're going to lose 2 now. The DK might die. Good battery assault, good body blocks, and this is a dead DK, it looks like. Unless the Stomp hits, which he does in the Clockwork. They're going to earn him up, but he's still dead anyway to the Chakram. They need to get out of here. King Gaming kind of throwing this fight away, essentially. They'll TP out onto the Elder Titan. He should be able to make it away, and he will, and then Dark just runs down to his tier 1, tier 2 tower. In the meantime, yes, the PL is pushing and you know, getting good farm, but I feel like they could have done a lot better in that fight, Brax.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward, right? You're expecting the Chronosphere to come out on top of the Earth Splitter and hit those 3 heroes, but I guess he didn't want to Chrono Dark Willow, or he didn't want to have to Chrono the Wraith King and kill him that way. But, yeah. I mean, Keen Gaming, they get something.
And that's his armlet, too, for the Wraith King. I'm surprised. Actually, a lot of gold
skeletons.
that he got.
He's back.
He's ahead of the Void. What just happened? Are you?
It's the skeletons. I'm telling you, these things are spooky.
I
He's got
actually
5 deaths. Doesn't even matter.
I can't believe. Yeah, you're right. The skeletons did a lot of work there, but that's still surprising to me. But he might die anyway again. Although, again, he does have the reincarnation. Even if he did die, it would be fine. All right, this game has been somewhat salvaged. Yes, they're still down 3K. Yes, they still have to deal with a DK and a PL who are pretty big. In fact, PL has his Diffusal Blade coming out on the courier right now. But this is still, there are signs of life, which is more than I could say for game 1, which there were literally no signs of life. He died on impact, essentially. They died on impact in last game.
Yep. They just fell over to anything. But yeah, DK, he's got Blink Dagger, so now this is their reliable way to start fights, and they have a lot of damage too to follow it up. It's very, very nice. But yeah, it looks like EVOS' lineup can actually, they can function. You know, they have levels. Y1 is getting solo killed by this Dark Willow, but you know, he's working it. He's creating some space here.
It took him forever to get that kill. Terrorize about to come out, but they get the Wraithfire Blast off, so it's a 1-for-1 trade, which is favorable to EVOS. They're going to get 2, actually. Hit an arrow, I believe, onto the Void.
Yep.
And this is looking really bad all of a sudden. DK takes so much damage from Chakram in the Whirling Death combination. The Elder Titan does get off his Earth Splitter, but they can't even get the Reincarnation yet. EVOS have turned it around. It is now only a 2K lead, and they only lose the Jakiro for getting those 3 kills, one of which was the DK. It was the 3rd in net worth right now. What a turnaround from EVOS.
What a turnaround indeed. Until they can actually address this Timbersaw issue, like, they don't actually have the damage to kill this guy in team fights, right? Maybe if they gank him alone with like 4 heroes, they can do something, but in an actual structured fight where he just zips in between the trees over and over. They got nothing.
They're trying to fight aggressively now for some reason. Like, Elder Titan just walked up the high ground, and he barely survives. He has 10 HP. I'm surprised he did. Terrorize about to come out. It does, but Una might die anyway to the liquid fire. He's ticking down. It's going to be close. Looks like he should be just alive. 40 HP. I think you need to calm down if you're King Gaming. They needed to hit that Chronosphere when they had the 3 heroes. I also think a big issue was the vision where they moonlit shadowed in, and that's why they couldn't find those Chronospheres at the beginning of these engagements.
Yeah, that is true. There's absolutely no way to fight the Moonlight Shadow with that vision down like that. But yeah, we've got an actual game now, Maya.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to get this.
The gold lead has been brought back, and this the Timber Saw is still unmanageable. Like, none of these heroes deal damage to Timber. Like, what do? Do you need Silver Edge at this point? I'm really not sure.
That might not be a bad idea, actually.
From this position, isn't going to deal damage at all.
Yeah.
Phantom Lancer doesn't really deal damage to Timber Saw because he has 1 billion armor. He can burn the mana, which is nice, but that's about it. It's not easy.
Well, they do have natural... Well, they don't have it yet, but natural order would have been nice to have. I'm surprised he didn't get a single point in it yet, but he will be able to get that later into the game, and that maybe helps out killing a lot of these heroes a little bit quicker.
Yeah, negates 3 armor from Timber Saw.
Great. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What am I talking about?
It's rough.
I guess that's why I didn't get it. It's not really going to help him against anybody else for that matter either. It's not like they have a ton of armor on their team. The Moran is the most, I think, with like 11. Wraith King has like 5, but he has 5 extra. He's going Radiance for the Wraith King. That is probably a smart decision. I don't think he needs a Blink Dagger. I underestimated how much damage he would do in these engagements and how useful he would be as like a carry, but if he goes Radiance, I think he could, just by standing there, you don't want to focus him in this game, but you might have to with the Radiance up. Avil is probably going to fall. Do they have detection? I don't think they need it anyway, but they will secure it one way or the other. And this is the big issue for EVOS, though, for me. As the Chrono does come out, they're going to try to turn on to Tuku. The Terrorize will hit up as well. Can they burn the Wraith King's mana is the question. They cannot, but they'll kill him twice anyways, it looks like. Timber's going to come back in with a Chakram. He's going to try to fight this, surprisingly enough. He actually does a lot of damage, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save the life of the Wraith King. And they're going to chase after him now. Facehugger's kind of alone. The Jakiro is running in, trying to get to this fight as quickly as possible. Oh my god, that PL needs to run.
So close.
Why is he still fighting? He died to a neutral creep. Oh my god. He actually got killed by the Ancient Prowler Shaman. They're still going to kill Facehugger, but they did lose the PL because of that. But it's a neutral kill, so what does it matter? That was insane. He did not plan that. There's absolutely no way that he did.
Mott, some way this creep just finds a way to ruin the game. Every single time. Whether it roots you in the gigantic stack or ruins your stack, it just kills you, no matter what.
This is the most annoying Ancient creep in the entire game by far. By far. It's just the worst. The only upside is that it does take, regular magic damage. Good, but it's so annoying. It's so stupid, too.
All right. Well, I really like the Faceless Voids item build and skill build. It is like the 3 position, so his farm priority isn't super high, so he maxes out time dilation. Fantastic against heroes like Timber Saw, who rely on the Timber Chain to actually stay safe in fights. So yeah, it's very smart. It's definitely a different way to play the hero. It's not so common anymore, just because we usually only see like the carry style Void nowadays.
Yeah, this
I like it.
It's a good pickup for sure. I'm into it. Just some nice stuff for the rest of his team. Heart of Trask coming in for the Phantom Lancer as well. I'm really worried for EVOS. If they lost that fight, how is this game going to go for them at the end of the game? You know what I mean? When PL gets huge towards the late game, when he gets his level 25, it's very disconcerting.
They're playing off the strength that Timber Saw in the early game where he's extremely tanky, right? But eventually, Keen Game are going to pick up some damage. Timber Saw's not going to be able to just sit there and face tank 5 heroes anymore.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But Wraith King, Radiance, it's a gigantic PL counter. The evasion and the Radiance burn destroys the illusions. That's going to be pretty good.
That's true.
Of course, he's still far away from it, and he might die here.
Yeah, if him dying is... He does have his ultimate, but I don't think they're going to take this engagement for EVOS. They're just going to let him die to the defusal. He's going to try for a TP. He gets bashed up immediately, though. So that's going to set his ratings back even further. In the meantime, the DK just pushes top. He'll probably get this tier 2 tower. They do glyph it. Nah, he's just going to back up and play safe. Makes sense. They were all rotating in. And
Yep, very nice.
good job from Keen to split up the map, find a kill, and continue to push out these waves as best as possible.
So it's a really big win for Keen, being able to catch out the Wraith King and get his ultimate like that. It's like Timbersaw is strong at this point, but he still has to wait for his Wraith King to really come online to enable these team fights. Like Timbersaw can sit in the front lines, get vision, so Wraith King can actually jump the target he wants, you know, hit them a couple times with the extra radiance damage and stuff. But until then, Timbersaw is just gonna be in these fights, and they probably won't have that extra bit of damage they need from their carry.
Yeah.
So yeah, killing the Wraith King is very crucial.
It would be fine if this Mirana was decently farmed. I mean, she does have a Javelin now that she just purchased. She's got drums. I mean, she's gotten back into the game for sure. And it's not like, you know, it's just the PL that has the late game on Keen Gaming. They do have PL Void DK, but Mirana can do some late game work of her, like, on her own with level 15 talent when she gets it. It's going to be a little while. They're going to find Yuna. Hookshot comes in, arrow as well. Reminder that Keen Gaming lost twice with the Willow yesterday. They picked it for Yuna twice. They did some work with it in Game 1. Losing with Willow in Game 3. They might not want to play that hero anymore if it happens. I don't think that they're in that position, though. They should be fine based on how this game is going.
Yeah, the game's going quite well. EVOS struggle to take towers, even with Jakiro, honestly. Like, team fights are not easy.
They're going to try, though. Oh, my God.
So
DK
much
takes
damage.
so much damage. The Chrono misses onto the Timbersaw. Good Ice Path onto 2. Almost onto 3. DK is dead. Oh, my God. The Starstorm damage is actually ridiculous. It's 4 dead. Almost instantly. Keen Gaming about to get wiped. The only survivor is going to be the Phantom Lancer. He is not at the engagement. This will turn immediately into Roshan for EVOS. What a turnaround. Facehugger, the one providing the damage for his team. And then the Starstorm coming out as well.
Jesus, so much damage coming through from the Timber. So, like, DK, this guy just melted. He had the Spirit Vessel slapped on him from the support Clockwork, who's extremely farmed, by the way. Like, he's been the big winner this game in terms of net worth, managing to find this many levels and items on a support Clockwork. Having a fantastic game. But alright, now you have an Aegis on a Timbersaw, and you still are so far away from any sort of answer to being able to kill this guy.
They're going to have a BKB soon for the DK, though, I suppose.
Yep, that'll definitely help in the survivability department, but Silver Edge still pretty far away from pretty much anyone. Peel working on a heart, he'll be able to survive the Timbersaw that way. I guess that's going to be their main way of dealing with the Timbersaw. They'll burn his mana and then just try to focus him last when they can just keep him locked down forever, but they can never really start the fight on this hero.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. I feel like they haven't had that big Chrono Earth Splitter combination yet that you see out of these types of teams. They've hit like a Chrono onto one hero each time it's happened, maybe 2 on occasion. They're still looking for that first big fight win, I would say. And maybe it'll come now. I think they're still kind of getting aggressive, even though they know that there's an Aegis on Timbersaw. They want to take this Tier 1 tower as well. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it anytime soon, though. Well, what else is... What other items are coming? DK, did he pick up a Vit booster? No, that's the building off. Yuna is trying to pick up a Yule Scepter. Makes a lot of sense. Take the Timbersaw out of the fight if you can. This Mirana is doing really well now. Maelstrom is up. She is ahead of the Void. The Void had a really good start to this game. He was getting kills left and right. Now him and the DK are starting to fall behind. The DK is only 900 ahead of the Mirana. She was at like 1,700 net worth when the DK was at like 3 to 4K net worth.
Yep.
And that's really bad for King Gaming at this point.
Mirana has made a very nice comeback into this game. And once you pick up the Maelstrom and that 15 talent with the leap attack speed, that's when you start to dish out huge amounts of damage. And you can actually farm extremely fast, so... She's going to be a big threat. Maybe the Wraith King, you know, his build-up's a bit slow. He's working on the Radiance. He's almost there. But yeah, everything's coming together for EVOS.
Uh-oh. Arrow. PL just picked up his Heart of Tarrasque. It is not going to keep him alive. The Wraithfire Blast comes in. The Spirit Vessel as well. The Doppelganger. He should not live from this. And he will not. Avil gets the last auto attack. That's him dead for 50. They're still going to keep chasing. No hook shot, but they do have the Battle Assault now going. The Elder Titan is speedy. Good time dilation. Might save his life, actually. Facehugger's going to look to Timber Chain, but the time dilation puts it on such a long cooldown that he can't really do anything with it. They could have lost a lot more there, but they still lose quite a bit in the PL getting killed.
All right. Again, huge pickups from EVOS.
Here comes
I
the
missed it.
skeletons.
Very spooky. I hope he dances.
Yeah, not yet though.
That's the pushing pair right here. The plus 100 damage talent from Timbersaw with the skeletons.
You didn't get the skeleton damage talent though, which makes sense. I mean, pretty rare that people get that nowadays. I feel like, at least from what I've seen.
15 strength is really hard to pass, like especially on a strength hero. It's like 300 HP.
Yeah. They couldn't quite get the tier 2 tower, but they're still doing really well. They now have a 2k lead. First lead of the game for them in the last few minutes. They get the Radiant Courier. They're also probably going to find DK. He can BKB, but he doesn't have a TP, so I think he's dead one way or the other, unless the team comes and saves him. The arrow, he PKPs, that's his 10-second BKB, and he's dead. There is no worse feeling, I feel like, for King Gaming than to lose your 10-second BKB DK, other than maybe losing the DK and the PL at the same time. And that might happen. The hookshot comes out. They're going to jump in. Dark has the Chronosphere. They're going to try to turn on the Tuku, and they will find it. Maybe they can win this fight. DK does have buyback if he wanted to and TP in. And he has his TP back up finally. Dark can Chrono, but that's an Aegis Timbersaw. Not only that, he has the Plate Mail plus the reactive armor stacks. He is gigantic. Almost impossible to deal with at this point in the game. In fact, he probably is. And it could have been, again, a lot worse for Keen Gaming given the situation, but they continue to lose these cores on this Keen Gaming side.
But this Timbersaw is getting so farmed that even when Silver Edge comes out, there's going to be a chance that they can't actually kill him still. Like, he's working on the Lotus Form. You can remove the Cursed Crown, of course, the Root, and then you just become this big object in front of Keen Gaming's face that you just can't touch at all. And we were seeing how much damage he's doing in these fights. It's ridiculous. I really don't see any items coming that are going to give them enough damage to kill this hero.
At least not anytime soon. The game goes late enough, and then you get like a Bloodthorn, you get the crit on the PL, the talent, and then among other things, and then maybe you can bring him down. But at that point, he's going to be just as farmed as you, and so maybe not. So I really don't know what you do against this Timbersaw, and that means if the Timbersaw is causing chaos in all these fights, the rest of the heroes are going to be able to do what they want as well, including a Logic, including the Mirana, who's going to start hitting very hard very soon, if not already. So, I mean, EVOS have set themselves up perfectly here for this mid-game. And really, I guess it comes down to them getting next Roche and trying to find a fight around that, and then you could try to maybe push in and get the extra towers that they have left on the map, like the Tier 1 and Tier 2s. They're going to find the DK again. This time he does have BKB TP. I wonder if he's going to use it now. Nope.
Oh, God. Exploded.
What happened to this game?
This game just fell out of control. Like, Keen Gaming, they can't fight this Timbersaw at all. One team fight mid lane, and then all of a sudden they take Roche, and this Timbersaw with Aegis just becomes so ridiculous to deal with that he can just play up in their faces the entire game. They just can't do anything. I mean, this hero pick was a phenomenal last pick.
The Timbersaw was great, but we laughed at the Wraith King pick. You know, we thought this draft was not going to work out the way that it has so far. Not to say that the game is over. It certainly isn't. There's still a long time to go through, but the way that the game is turned now, they keep finding these pickoffs. They can eventually start taking buildings. That's exactly what they're going to try to do right now by pushing into the mid-tier 2 tower.
These skeletons are ruthless. They kill creep camps just by themselves. Wraith King farms so fast now.
That was the one issue Wraith King always had. Even with Radiance, he still farmed really slow. He's like, do I go Radiance? Do I go Midas? I have no way to accelerate, even with these items towards the late game. Now he can actually just press his E button and proceed to clear out creep camps while also getting farm on his own hero. Illusions. Tuku has been spotted. They have smoked behind him. Dark, if he walks out, he walked into the arrow. The Dragon Tail comes in, though. They're going to try to take this fight. They're going to try to blow up this Jakiro. Whitemon, they're going to jump on him. They still have BKB. They have the Chronosphere available. He's not used it yet. Finally does. They want to be on. It's the perfect Bedlam. They're going to find it. It's 2 dead. It's about to be 3. The Wraith King getting dropped down. Oh, what a turn. What a bait coming in from Dark. Whether it was intentional or not, it worked out perfectly.
That was so good from Keen, like their understanding of these team fights. Dark tanks the arrow, you know, hits him from fog, and DK immediately just ults and blinks forward so they can't follow up and kill him right away. Like, there was no hesitation with that at all. These guys play fights extremely well. But, you know, that's Chronosphere down, right? Wraith King still has his ultimate. That's very unfortunate. He needs that 20 talent with the no mana cost reincarnation so badly against the Diffusal Blade before he can actually, you know, hope to survive in these team fights. But yeah, that was excellently played from Keen Gaming.
He's getting kind of close anyway, the level 20 talent. Meanwhile, Tuku's going to be found and killed. He tried TPing, then the Yule Scepter came out. Yuna needs to be careful. If he gives away a kill, it'd be pretty bad, actually. And it looks like it won't happen. And Keen get all 4 bounty runes. This is what you were talking about yesterday, Brex, where you get an advantage, and you just proceed to just get bounty runes so you get an even bigger advantage. The difference was they didn't have an advantage before that. Now they do, all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's what happens in a lot of these games. Like, you can take these towers, but they don't give you as much gold as they used to. They give you the map control, of course, but you pretty much sit there, try to hold the map control as long as possible, pick up the bounty runes, and you just, you know, do Roshan, get your pickoffs, play your team fights for these tier 2 towers, and go back for the bounty runes. That's the big goal.
Yeah, and they got the tier 1, the tier 2 tower mid. They get all the bounty runes. I guess the good news for EVOS is that they didn't lose out on a Roshan because it wasn't up yet. If that timing window, if they had gotten both towers, the bounty runes, and Roshan on top of that, that would have been, I don't want to say game ending, but pretty awful for EVOS. So they're still in this
the worst
game.
possible thing when everything like that just lines up together.
Yeah, they're lucky that didn't happen. But they're going to smoke up and try to find a target here, and it might be the Wraith King. And if they go after him, he'll probably lose his mana, and he probably won't be able to get his reincarnation. They need the PL here, and they finally have him. And he dies without getting his reincarnation.
Just barely.
It was really close. I was looking for it, too.
Man, he was so close to 20 as well. Only half a level.
Are they going to try to push this? Kind of dangerous, I think. Yep. Dragon Tail comes in, but it's onto an illusion. Good attempt, though, from the DK. He's going to get arrowed, but he's very tanky, plus he has BKB. Facehugger can get on top of him, would be perfect. Backdoor protection comes out on the buildings. Not for much longer. The creeps are now in. In fact, there it is. They're not going to get that much off. BKB coming in from the DK. I'm surprised he used it so aggressively. They'll send in the Elder Titan Spirit. They're going to back up. That was surprising. And now that's down if they wanted to take Roche. It's still down for 50 seconds, but they could have gotten more for that, I think, for Evo, or for Keen Gaming, excuse me.
Yeah, they looked like they were really scared to jump. You know, they didn't want to commit super hard to this team fight inside of EVOS' base, because if they happen to, like, get wiped in the base, diving super hard, perhaps, into potential buybacks, not even on the Wraith King. You know, like, what happens if they go deep for this Timber Saw, and he happens to buy back and then just clean house? Then you're giving away Roshan.
Look at Yuna. Oh my god. He almost soloed him. That was hype. That was the perfect way to do it. He starts out with the Terrorize, drops the Braille Maze, so she runs in. Now they've got this Earth Splitter along with the Chronosphere and Facehugger. He pops up the Lotus Orb. He's still in trouble. He might get caught out the Shadow Realm. He's getting low. There's the Curse Crown. They need more damage coming in from the PL. Are they going to find it? He's not dead yet. He's getting low, and finally they will take him down. Dead for 23 because of the Bloodstone. Avil leaps up to the high ground. They don't hit him with the Bramble Maze, but they will find a Logic as well as Whitemon instead. They get off that Spirit Lance. Not able to find the kill, though, as Avil was still invisible. And now the Phantom Rush away. The hook shot misses. The arrow is going to sail through, but he doppelgangers it. Now he'll just regen up with the Heart of Trask. And now a 2K lead. The Timber is back up, but that's a lot of his Bloodstone charges now. Down to 14. They'll back up together for Keen Gaming. Happy with what they've accomplished.
I swear, I've only seen this carry player from Keen play PL in, like, it's probably his most played competitive hero. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, every time I see this guy, he's always on PL. And he always brings out the Illusion Jukes, the Phantom Rush to creeps and everything like that.
He knows what he's doing for sure.
Oh, yeah, this guy definitely knows his hero.
Like, now it's getting to late game, too. And it's only going to get better for him, right? I mean...
Yeah, definitely.
He'll either... the 25 talent's going to come out, he'll just own.
There is a Radiance, which is very annoying for his illusions to deal with, but there's not a whole lot of AoE control that's, like, easy to hit a Phantom Lancer with.
Yeah.
You know, like, Ice Path is very slow. Clockwork abilities are pretty slow as well. So it's very easy for him to maneuver around in these fights, especially when he has things to, like, to cover him, like Chronosphere, ET abilities. So yeah, it's a fantastic PL game, even though there's Radiance and a Timbersaw in the game, just because they have a difficult time killing them.
It feels like there's so much on the line for this Jakiro. Like, he has to hit an Ice Path on these heroes in order for them to, like, win a fight, and he might just be dead as I say that. Luckily they get off the cogs, but I think he's still dead anyway. Yep. They're gonna try to bring him down though, but here we go, jumping with Dark. Does he have Chronosphere? It's down for 9. Logic's mana is gone. He has the level 20 talent though, so he's fine. The DK jumped in, but he just missed the timing because they were Moonlit Shadow. They're still gonna go for a Logic here. The Spirit Vessel of the Earth Splitter is up, and that is a dead Wraith King, and probably a dead Timbersaw as well as they head up the Chronosphere. They're just losing all their heroes now. And a bash comes out as he tries to Timber Chan away, so he should fall. He does get off another one, but they'll jump back in. They get another bash off. The Spirit Vessel goes. Triple kill for this PL, who is just absolutely thrashing this game now. Thinking about diving tier 4s. He's looking for the courier.
Dude,
that's a BKB courier killed. Oh my god. I don't know if he knew that was on there, but it was way worth it to dive like that.
Was that Timbersaw's? It must have been.
It must have been. Yeah. Yeah, he has.
God.
He has no buyback now either. He's down for 24 seconds. Logic does buy back himself, but I don't know how much he's going to do. He does still have 2 lives as the cooldown is really short at this 3rd level. But the Rax has already gone one way or the other. They don't have enough damage to deal with the PL himself. So they finally start dishing it out a little bit. They actually didn't get the Rax. I thought they were going to stay, but it might have been a safer play for them to back up and take Roche anyway.
Okay. Look at that split damage on the Rax. They managed to not take any.
That's like the one thing,
sad, isn't it?
That's the one thing you learn when you're like playing like PvPing and WoW and stuff like that is like focusing targets and stuff. That did not happen in this game. And
that's when both dudes in the arena are sitting at like 20% life.
Just kill him. Just kill the one, please.
You messed up.
Kill the healer. God. Didn't happen. They did not kill the Rex. Not the end of the world though. They're still ahead 9k. They have a Blink Force Yules now in the Dark Willow. In the meantime, Tuku picked up an Invis Rune. I'm surprised they haven't invested in a gem yet, Brags, on Keaton Gaming.
Yeah, especially against the Moonlight Shadow. Like, that is one big teamfight ability that could make this game very, very difficult for them to play.
All right, well, we're just soothsayers, I guess.
Good call.
We're just gods at this game.
You're just on the ball, Mont.
Yeah. First, you with a Timbersaw pick, now me with a gem. We're really in there, buddy.
We are.
Where's my TI invite?
It's coming, don't worry. I'm emailing the frog right now.
Perfect. Excellent. So, DK going for Satanic. He picked up a Mjolnir, Blink, BKB, pretty standard stuff there. But I feel like Satanic's not something you see a lot on I feel like it used to be picked up pretty commonly. Not so much anymore, though, on this hero.
Yeah, definitely not the most common item. I guess it does give him the sustain necessary. Like, there's not a whole bunch of lockdown, right? If he gets killed, it's going to be because he's sitting in, like, the chakram from Timbersaw getting burned down by the nukes. And that way you can just heal right back on up. So it is good for that. And we have the Aghanim Scepter picked up on Faceless Void, so they can pretty much just always go. There's very little downtime on the Chronosphere now, and that is their gigantic teamfight ability. Very nice. It's nice when you don't have to deal damage as the offlane Void, you know? When your role is just to land that Chronosphere, it makes it much easier to play and much easier to itemize for.
Dark trying to stop the hook shot, and it does get off, but not in time, unfortunately. The cheese is still on the ground. Nobody's picked that up. Finally, DK does go for it. Tuku in trouble. Time dilation, a couple of bashes. He's almost certainly dead. The Dragon Tail not even really needed. Back at the base, they're trying to chase after Avil. They've got the Bedlam going. Avil is able to get away for the most part. Bedlam's still trying to do some work. Unit avoids the arrow. They will be able to TP away on the Moran. In the meantime, they also found Whitemon on the Jakiro getting dropped down. They do get the BKB coming out now for the Timbersaw as it is finally respawned, but still, they've got a lot of work to do in this game, down 12k.
Yep, and it's just go time for Kane. They have an Arcane Rune on the DK, Cheese on him, Aegis on an already unkillable PL. Chronosphere up in 30 seconds. Man, it's not easy, that's for sure.
No, indeed. It is not easy for this EVOS team, and they are just losing fight after fight. They're going to have to try to do something here. Logic's mana is gone, but again, he's the level 20 talent. He will reincarnate in a moment, but that means his damage is not being dealt. Facehugger trying to do what he can with BKB. They will get off an Ice Art Splitter onto a Logic. Meanwhile, the PL getting a little bit low. So too is the DK. He pops the cheese. PL's about to die. That's the Aegis gone. They haven't killed anybody yet. The Breathe Fire will take down the Wraith King, which means he has no buyback.
Nice Terrorize.
Tuku coming in. Good Terrorize. Chronosphere now onto 1, it looks like. Not onto Tuku, though, but not going to matter. Whitemon not dishing out the damage. It does zone out Facehugger as well. He couldn't get back into the fight. Multiple buybacks coming in from EVOS, but at this point, they're just losing too much. The economy is just bursted for them, essentially. Now they'll get back into work and going on the racks here for Radiant team for Keen, but no GG called yet. They're still alive for now. I don't know for how much longer.
Man, what's it gonna take to make PL a trash hero mod? Like, the whole concept of this mass illusion spawn, it not only requires AoE damage, but also AoE control, so you can actually find the real PL. You know, it takes a lot to counter this hero.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do next to nerf it, but a lot of the time it's either PL is a good hero or PL is a trash hero. There's no real in-between, right?
Yep, he's one of those heroes when he comes out later on in the draft, he looks extremely good. And this PL was picked pretty early, wasn't it? I don't actually remember.
For them, I think so, yeah. I think it was like either second or third pick or something like that. We've seen it picked by a lot of teams recently, especially in the U qualifiers. It was like Ember Spirit for OG, and then PL was the next best thing for them, or they would pick it at the same time, and I think for good reason. They're in good spots, those heroes. Facehugger Burning, getting dropped down by the Elder Dragon form of the DK. He has no buyback. He's dead for 62. Avil pops his Manta style. It does try to get away from the Terrorize, which he does, but he jumps right into the Bramble Maze. Not that it matters. No further follow-up damage coming in from King Gaming. I think they're just going to try to finish this game off. There's a tier 1 and a tier 2 bottom, so they can't quite take Megas, so they're going to go for the throne instead. And they'll probably be able to do it. I don't see any issues here. Elder Dragon form is up again, so they're just going to go to work. They'll get some kills first. Avil's dead. He has got no buyback. EVOS, they're about to be eliminated. In fact, they are. GG is called 2-0 for Keen Gaming, and they look dominant in this series.
The legacy of Wraith King continues. It's currently the oh shit. We have Wraith King.
Yeah, I don't know about that pick, honestly. He kind of did the exact thing we thought he was going to do in that game, Brax.